Hi, it's Dr. Sasheen. Welcome to Women in Transition. Today I want to talk to you about why we really need to get very specific right now. Part of the transitionary part of life, I talked about this in the video I put out yesterday, how there are layers to the transition that we're in right now. And some of those layers are being subsumed because of some big cultural issues. But I need you to focus with me today. And I need you to think about where you are in your life. Okay. And then I need you to get really specific. What exactly is it that you want to accomplish in your move from point A to point B, whatever that move is? I talk about the magical 7 on this channel, and those are the 7 pillars of your life that are non-negotiable for making sure that your piece has a solid foundation to stand on. If you want a copy of that workbook, it is available for free. The link to it is in the description of this page. But one of the things that I want you to be, if you have gotten that workbook and you haven't worked through it, or you've been working through it, or you've worked through it and you haven't looked at it, is to go back and make sure that you are specifying things in very concrete terms. Because right now, abstraction is our enemy. Too many things are very up in the air, right? And there's a lot of nebulous language happening. Well, I'm a linguist. I'm a communication major by trade. I teach it, I study it, I have 3 degrees in it. And the one thing I will tell you is that the more abstract your language is, the less likely you are to achieve anything satisfactorily. The reason why it sometimes feels like even though you've accomplished something, that you still have this itch in your mind that won't go away, especially Gen X women who are constantly having that itch in our mind, partly it's because you haven't specified what this thing was supposed to do for you when you got it. You're just doing things to be doing it. And at this age, we're no longer just doing things to be doing it. We need to make a specific end goal be the thing that we're going for, so that when we get there, we know we're there. It's not enough to say, I want to be free. Well, what does that mean? I want to own a house. Great. What kind of house? What do you want to do with it? What does it mean to you specifically? Does it break some generational curse that you've been laboring under? Do you just want some place to store your stuff? Or is it the beginning of a story that you want to tell about your life that will be told as your generations flow through the family home? See how different the scenario is depending on what specifically you want it to be? And so I want you to really start thinking about, especially if you're feeling a little lost right now, floundering a bit. Maybe you haven't gotten swept up in the layoffs of the government employee because you're not a government employee. You're in the private sector. Or maybe you have. Maybe you're just uneasy. What specifically do you want your life to do for you right now that it is not doing? Because if it was, you wouldn't be uneasy. Get really clear in your language choices. Be very specific with yourself and with other people about what it is that you need and what it is you've got going on. That way, people know whether or not they can come into your space and help you, or if you're going someplace that they're not interested in. And then nobody has to waste their time. Being as specific as possible also helps you to eliminate any doubts that you might have that you're going in the right direction. Oftentimes we're standing at a crossroads trying to figure out, is that the right way? Is that the right way? Sorry, I'm trying not to cough. And the reality is that when you're very specific about why you're doing something, how you get there becomes less of the point. The point is, I have a specific goal that I'm trying to reach, and it needs to produce this result for me. I can get there any number of ways, but I need to get there, right? So then the journey, as we like to say, becomes important, but it is not the most important thing. The destination is kind of an important thing. And as women who are transitioning through many parts of our life, right? Like menopause and hair thinning and weight gain and weight loss and jobs and potential different jobs. And do I retire in 10 years? Am I raising kids? Am I not raising? As a woman who's going through a lot of the things, the more specific you can be about the outcomes that you seek, the more likely you are to get there with less gray hair, or maybe with more gray hair. I'm kind of liking the gray, so we'll see what happens. But there are 3 principles of success. The first one is to be specific. You're not going to hit a moving target. And right now, your targets are actually probably not moving as much as you might think they are. The world's targets might be moving a lot, but your targets, probably not moving as much as you think they are. So if you start to focus in and hone in on your bullseyes and hitting them, because you know what you want and how to, and you have specified it, then you will have faith. Because the second principle of success is to believe. Believe you're going to hit it. It's much harder to believe that you can hit a specific goal than a nebulous and abstract one. The brain doesn't really like abstraction all that much. It likes concrete things. It's why your brain will hang on to a bad habit even though you really, really want to hang on to a good one. Well, the good habit tends to be, I would really love to feel good. Yeah, that's great. Your brain's like, that's fantastic. Feeling good is wonderful. You know what also feels good? Eating that box of chocolates over there. That feels amazing. Instead of specifically saying, I would like to be able to walk a mile in less than 10 minutes. That's a specific goal. You can believe in that goal. That's something that your body can point you towards, that your brain can get behind, and you're more likely to act on because it's concrete. I just got to get up to walking a mile in 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to walk my first mile and see how long that took me. And then I'll do it again. And slowly, I will figure out the ways in which I can reduce the time so that I can walk a mile in a minute. Whether that's changing my diet, whether that's buying better shoes because my feet hurt, whether that's picking a flat land because I don't like the hills, whatever the case may be, the more specific I am with my desire, with my goal, with the sweet spot that I'm going for, remember I'm talking about the sweet spot, the more likely I am to believe I can achieve it and then act on that belief. Now, you don't have to believe me about the 3 principles of success. There are many, many, many books that write about them. Life Unlocked is one of them. Didn't write this one, but it's an amazing book. But one of the reasons I love this book is because it's based in neuroscience. My friends, I need you to get very, very, very specific right now about what it is that you want to happen with your life. And then you can also talk about what you want to happen with your community, with your family, your community, your country, your world. But if you can't get specific about what it is you want to happen in your own life, how are you going to get specific about what should be happening up in Washington, D.C.? Now, we can all say we want certain things to be happening, and I'm not going to shy away from the things that I would like to see happening up there. But I'm also very specific about what I want my life to look like right now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 18 months from now, just in case what I want to happen in D.C. doesn't happen. And even if it does, as I pointed out, some damage has been done that's not going to be undone. Not overnight. So the world has changed. So the things that you may need to get specific about might have also changed. Good time to start thinking about how to reevaluate that so that you can continue to protect your peace. Remember those 7 pillars, the 7 places that you need to shore up to make sure that they are stable enough to always allow you to protect your peace. If nothing happens, if something happens, who knows what might happen? The point is that you need to get very, very, very clear on what it is that you want, what it is that you need, and what it is that you have to do, and start in the sweet spot, getting very specific. It's Dr. Sasheen. Please hit like, subscribe, and share. And tell me, are you getting specific these days, or are you still feeling like I'm overwhelmed. I can't do it. My brain is still firing on too many cylinders. The news is still overwhelming to me. I can't think straight because of all of the stuff that's happening, not just abstractly, things that are happening concretely. And I'm just still, I can't do it. My anxiety is too high. If that's you, I understand and I see you. I see you, okay? I'm not going to tell you that that's not a real feeling. But I will say this, no, and I will say this, not but. Words are important. And I will say this, the clearer that you get about what it is that you need to happen in your life and then in your family's life, community, state, country, world, the anxiety that you feel has a place to get to work, has a place to go to work. Now, Gen X ladies, we know how to get to work, don't we? So get to work today. Getting very specific about where you want to go and what you need to do, and allow that energy of anxiety to turn into motivated action. Again, please hit like, subscribe, and share if you like this video, and drop me a comment and let me know what resonates for you and what else you'd like to hear more about. Thank you all so much for people who have reached out about supporting the channel. Yes, I have a Venmo account now. I have slid that link into the description of the channel. It is there if you wish to support. The memberships are coming soon, but right now that's what I have set up. So again, thank you all for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.